You got to
most
say like Dan
unique,
Houser said it.
the most unique pay per view that doesn't have anything to do with lashing back. Because it's like, oh, different matches now. Remember, it used to be automatic rematches. Now it's like, ooh,
That's
got
like it's like
five
grudge.
now.
It's like grudge match. Like
yeah,
okay,
it's like, ooh, I'm mad
this
at
is
you now from WrestleMania. Let me be mad some more. I'm gonna be mad
everybody's
again.
stupid.
Everybody's mad at everybody. That's literally what Backlash is.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Backlash was something before, but it was its own thing before it. They started making it the freaking WrestleMania rewind. It's okay.
WrestleMania Backlash.
What
Glad it's
was
not
the
called
one
that
when?
anymore.
You
Yeah,
gotta say like,
wasn't it there for a couple of years?
yeah,
Yeah.
they
But
tried
just
that on like no, we don't want to see these again. It's fine. It's
what was
okay.
it called when Shinsuke was on the cover and he was doing that split kick? Was it just regular Backlash? Because I remember his legs made the L or something, didn't it? Or did I make that up?
You
You
might have.
probably made it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
I feel
But
like they was doing my
Huge
man like that.
possibility.
it's
Mhm.
okay because the red light is on and we are back. This week we have WWE Backlash. You gotta say do it, brother. You say it like Dan Houser.
Backlash.
WWE Backlash this weekend. Not to mention, we have to discuss some things, fellas. We got some one we got to discuss Ted Turner, his impact on the pro wrestling industry, as well as the New Day making the decision to leave the WWE. Does TKO have a problem? We're going to get into all that and more. So this is what we do. It's a Wednesday. So once again, buckle your seatbelts, get ready for another action-packed week of pro wrestling conversation. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
That was such a conservative move. Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown podcast. We take a deeper dive into the world of wrestling. Now, I'm your host, the realist himself, the real Dwayne Allen, and he is your host, Mr. Super Producer, brother who has a third A to the S, T to the H, to the E, 3 to the R, to the D is in the building, and he is your host, the man, the myth, the legend, the belt king himself, Brandon. The guy is actually in the building today, and he is your host, the founder, the creator of the Wrestle Ramp, who is not in the building, Brian H. Waters, who is not joining us tonight, but he will be back shortly, momentarily, however you want to spin it. And welcome to another week of the Wrestle Ramp Now podcast. Good brothers, we're back. How's everybody feeling?
Oh, my brother, testify. It's Backlash season. I feel like we just had WrestleMania. I feel like we just
the Devon Dudley. That's crazy.
Well, that's the
Because
beauty of. Go ahead.
no, I just feel like it's I don't want to say it's too soon or it seems like it's not far enough. I feel like we just getting off to WrestleMania. And it's like, oh yeah, here we go. Round 2. Let's see what we're gonna do.
TKO got to they got to count that bread. But
They said if you add a 0, they need to add more 0 to their bottom line.
They said we in debt. We owe people.
bro, they're not in debt. They just made $1 billion between all their stuff, so they're out of debt. They're trying to make sure that they keep their way in the business. But it's okay. We're here to talk about it. And brother guy mentioned that hey, it is Backlash. We're fresh off WrestleMania. We do have another PLE right around the corner this weekend. There's so much to get into. Not to mention Ted Turner passed away. Yes, Ted Turner passed away at age 87. The New Day leaving. So much to get into. But before we get into all that, I'd be remiss if I did not bring it to everybody's attention that, hey, we are celebrating 15 years of the wrestling realm, right? 15 years of superior pro wrestling intellect. That's right. Years ago, we started this conversation. It was a show. It has evolved into a brand. We have a podcast and so much more coming up. And man, 15 years has been a long time for us to get into the shenanigan. And we appreciate everyone who has joined us up to this point. But for those that may not be as familiar with who we are and what we've done, hey, take a quick moment and catch up on what we've most likely done in the last 15 years. Let's look at it. So there you have it. So join us all year. We are celebrating the Wrestling Realm all year. 15 years, so much going on, so much to do. Man, there's
I had hair.
Brother Guy did have hair at one point. He definitely
15 years ago.
That is
No,
very
we was probably 15 years ago.
we have footage of it in his blackout t-shirt. But it's okay. It was black and green like the Run DMC logo. But 15 years. Oh, he's trying to be funny. Did you see what he did? That's funny. I can't wait to show that footage. But
I see him. Just like they're saying, I'm still looking over there. I'm still looking.
We're gonna have some fun as we continue to celebrate all year long our 15th anniversary. But today we have to talk about something very important. WWE Backlash in Tampa. This will change everything. It's because it seems like everything in the WWE is changing as it is. But without further ado, brothers, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into the show. Let's ask our good brothers, our co-hosts, as you say, Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa, to do us the ceremonious honors of helping us start the show by ringing the bell. Gentlemen, help us start the show, please.
Want to ring the bell? Ding, ding.
Every week we do a segment called What Did You Watch? Where the brothers sit back and we reflect on all the pro wrestling content we consume throughout the week so that we come on a Wednesday and we get to have this conversation. And this week is no different. So without further ado, let's discuss, good brothers. What did you watch? Brought to you by good friends at SeatGeek. If you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling Realm for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling Realm on any one-time purchase of $50 or more. All right, dudes, what did you watch? So before we get into this, is there anything in particular that you brothers might have watched this week that definitely highlighted your week? Something special, something that stood out to you amongst the rest? Is there anything else did anybody have one of those moments this week?
No, I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, I did watch the Shawn Michaels documentary, but we already knew that stuff, so it was well put together. That's all I can say.
Was it?
Well put together. Same thing the Hogan documentary. I got to catch up on the last episode because I fell asleep. But yeah, both of them were well put together. We knew the majority of the background story of both of those guys, so it was just kind of like, oh, all right, I've seen this before, but I enjoyed myself.
I've seen it before, right?
Right. But it was good. It was good. I enjoyed myself.
Did it make you like Shawn Michaels more or less? Or about the same?
It didn't change. I always like Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means I don't have to run and watch it. I mean, sometimes it'll change your mind.
Yeah. It tells you the truth. Straight up. He's on there just giving it straight real, like he does.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost like for those that may not be who all the new people that's knowing Shawn Michaels now as the guy that's the showrunner for NXT, to get them familiar with Shawn Michaels' past and what he's been through and all that good jazz. But it's I started it and I still have not gone back to watch it. I keep forgetting. I live a very busy schedule and I don't get to watch things as much as I used to. But without further ado, I'll definitely check it out. It's my guy, Shawn Michaels. But
Realness, I'm gonna tell you something that you need to go down a rabbit hole with after you do Shawn Michaels.
No.
Since we're talking about it, because every time on Wednesday I'm reminded that somebody's career ended in 2020, so I go back and watch the good stuff. I'm gonna tell you, One Night Stand 2005. Just go back and watch that match. It was a standout match on that pay-per-view. Two Canadians wrestled each other. that has some story history. Just go back and watch it. I want to know if it holds up.
And you said One Night Stand, the first one?
Yes, I believe that was the first year they did it, right? Was that 2005?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go back and just take a look at that. It popped up on my timeline. Sent me down a whole rabbit hole of Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just something to
If I could be
something to
serious
marvel
for a
at.
moment.
Because I totally forgot at one point they were an actual tag team. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh yeah, I totally. That's why they worked so well together. But yeah, 2005. If you go back, that's one of those matches that if you blink and you'll miss, it'll be like, oh, I forgot that was on that pay per view. So
I've always enjoyed Lance Storm's work in ECW and even his late work in WCW with his the original Team Canada stuff was pretty good. We need a Lance Storm action figure. I'm trying to figure out why we haven't developed one of those yet. It's okay.
Wait, it's not. He never had extra.
Not
After all these years, he doesn't have one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. After all these years, we have not gotten a Lance Storm action figure, like an updated version of. There's so many toy companies that are producing action figures nowadays. We need a Lance Storm. So if anybody who happens,
I did not know that.
Yeah, we need a Lance Storm.
That's kind of sad.
There's some things that, speaking of sad, it kind of carries us into the next period of our conversation, and I went back and forth about doing the 10 bell salute for Ted Turner, who unfortunately passed away at the age of 87. And when you think about what he has done with the wrestling industry, I'd be remiss if I didn't take the time and say, hey, we need to discuss Ted Turner and his importance to the world of professional wrestling. Now you say, okay, Realness, well, what exactly is Ted Turner's point? Because some people may be new to this game. Some people may have just jumped into watching pro wrestling. But Ted Turner is the man who was single-handedly responsible for keeping WCW alive long enough for it to turn a profit and for us to enjoy what we got to experience in the 90s with the Monday Night War, Eric Bischoff, the NWO, Hogan, Sting, all that, etc. That would have not happened if Ted Turner didn't believe and love pro wrestling. That's one thing that man definitely did. He's, Sting always talks about, listen, I love what you guys are doing in there. Don't worry about what they keep saying because my pockets are deep. It's that billionaire Ted conversation. And I'm glad that Ted Turner loved pro wrestling that much that he was willing to buy Jim Crockett Promotions and turn it into WCW. And even for years, as it didn't really turn a profit, being patient enough to allow it to kind of run its course, to bring in the right people to the point where WCW was extremely successful and the Turner organization still didn't want it on their programming. But his love for the industry, his competitive edge, and wanting to be in a space with Vince McMahon is something that we as pro wrestling fans all benefited from. And he's still, like I said, the previous owner of the second most successful pro wrestling organization since the World Wrestling Entertainment. So I thought it'd be fitting to kind of take the time to discuss Ted Turner and just his part in, this crazy world that we've all lived and experienced and got to enjoy. But how do you guys, who wants to say a few remarks in regard to Ted Turner, his impact on the industry?
Oh, he was actually speechless? Oh, was you trying to come off mute?
I was clearing my throat, but go ahead.
No, after you, sir. Trust me, after you.
Well,
my bad, brother. I didn't shout out the Marvin the Martian mug, by the way, but I do see it. I see you, Marvin the Martian.
He's chilling. Yeah,
part of our show.
He gonna keep letting you see it too.
But nah, for sure. You already alluded to it, brother Dwayne. Shout out to Ted Turner, billionaire Ted, because like you said, without him, we wouldn't have the Attitude Era. We wouldn't have wrestling what it is today.
Not
to be
all.
honest.
Yeah.
Who knows what it would be like if we didn't have WCW and Crockett Promotions at that point in time. So definitely rest in peace to him. Glad he was around. I'm glad he made the moves that he made, because now we get the product that we have today. We get those memories. We had those memories that, from Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars, and hey, what's the dude? Sub-Zero dude. Glacier. I don't know why he popped in my head. We get Glacier.
Glacier.
We get Glacier.
Glacier was fun. Don't forget Alex Wright.
Yeah, hey,
the
all
move.
day, every you know what I mean? Going crazy. Yep. But but on a serious note, thank you for
Mhm.
everything, brother Ted. Condolences to the family, and you will be missed. Thank you.
How about you, brother guy? Now this is I don't know how you feel about this, brother guy, but I know this is it might be sentimental for you because we know that you have constantly you told us a lot about as far as your grandmother's love for WCW and her impact on your life as a youngster. You know what I mean? And exposing you to that side of the industry. And Ted Turner was by him believing in WCW to the level that he did, to the point where he was willing to stick around with it long enough for it to compete, man. I'm sure it had an impact on you in your life as far as a wrestler fan. Not to mention it provided you with countless memories you had with your grandmother. How do you feel about Ted Turner, his impact on the industry?
And I'm glad that you said that because that was the first thing I thought about because we're all wrestling fans
Mhm.
because of, let's say, Vince McMahon. But the core of our wrestling love came from the NWA. When we really sit back and think about it, NWA, AWA, all of these territories. And Ted Turner was the first person to showcase these territories in their richest way
Mhm.
possible, in their purest way possible.
On cable
Heck, how
TV.
many, yeah, and how many pay per views did we get here in Baltimore that we would never have seen just because of this company, because of this man's vision. Whether he had that vision on forefront to say, you know what, let's give the fans, let's go make Baltimore a wrestling town because we are. We're not on the levels of Chicago because I think WWE never saw us that way, but WCW definitely did. Because for a while,
You got that small
WCW
arena.
home was, yeah,
Yeah,
Baltimore
absolutely.
was its home, and we could literally pack it out and actually have those enjoyable moments. So if it wasn't for him not giving up on the product and kept pushing through, whether it was for his entertainment or not, he gave us some of these things that we're still discussing to this day. He's given us some of these wrestlers that we love to this day and put them on a platform so they can showcase that talent. So a lot of people might say, "Oh, it's for only his own entertainment." We enjoyed it too. We're gonna talk about the good, bad, and the ugly all the time. So thank you, Ted, for that and not giving up and billionaire Ted. Think about it. You actually had something that WWE could make fun of. Oh yeah, we wouldn't have Cartoon Network either. Yes, 100%. So
Shout out to Cartoon, Johnny Bravo and them. You know what I mean?
No,
just
Courage the Cowardly
everything.
Dog, Powerpuff
Right.
Girls,
Keep going. You can, the list is endless.
Dexter.
But
oh,
definitely
that's my dog.
Right.
That's just
Toonami.
Iggy.
Just give me Toonami.
Right.
yeah, Toonami. Man, what? Dragon Ball Z.
Toonami and
Yeah,
introduced us to
absolutely.
Dragon Ball Z, remember? Mhm.
Yeah.
But definitely, I don't know if he gets the credit that people understand because we're always going to talk about Vince McMahon. I don't know if we're really going to talk about Ted because without Ted, would Vince McMahon really been what he is today?
Sure.
Money wise, anything like that, but the character of Vince McMahon probably wouldn't have been had it not been for Billionaire Ted.
No,
It
you're right,
forced him
brother
to try
guy.
something different.
Including
So,
a product, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
100%.
he allowed that stuff to go down even when his people didn't want it, right? He
he
he did a
threatened
lot of
the
overriding.
industry.
Yeah, he
He
did a
went
lot of
head to head
overriding.
and said, "Nope, watch what I can do," and
He
I
was
beat y'all.
he was always the type of man that he was. He was always loyal to the fact that when he was growing the superstation, pro wrestling was one of the things that helped grow his cable empire. So he always had a soft spot for the industry, which I respect, since
Mm-hmm.
he was in the wrestling business. And Mr. Man, well, Ted, congratulations, because I've been in the sports entertainment industry. But like I said, our condolences to him and his family, his loved ones, those who cared about him. And like I said, we'd be remiss if we didn't take the time to discuss Ted Turner and his impact on the industry that we know and love. Now, there's something else that's impacting us. We've got to have this conversation, fellas. The New Day opting to leave the WWE because they were asked to restructure their contracts to take what we're hearing is allegedly a 50% pay cut from contracts they just signed well into the seven figures. TKO making understanding how businesses work and what they want to do to keep business good is always, you know, if you can
Mm-hmm.
get twice as much for cheap labor, of course, you're gonna go with it. But the New Day, shocking. I don't think anybody saw this coming. We all assumed that New Day would be lifers. And to see Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods kind of go out of their way to say, hey, we know our worth. We're not taking this much of a cut, especially at this point in our careers, to stick around in the WWE. Guys opting to say, we're not buying into the new system. You know, you guys made all this money and then you're still asking people to take pay cuts. I mean, that's how you keep your money in your business. I don't agree with it, but it's not for me to agree with it because I don't run these billion-dollar organizations. But sad to see these guys go. I'm looking forward to what Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods decide they want to do moving forward. But man, what's everybody's thoughts, man? How's everybody feeling about Kofi Kingston and the New Day just kind of just deciding to walk away instead of sticking around?
So
Man, forget them. They got rid of my guy Tonga Loa, bro.
your tribal chief.
Your tribal chief.
Right.
Come on now.
Right. So initially, I was angry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
go about talking. Initially, I was angry, but then the shock, like in the same breath, the shock of this is not our WWE anymore. This is TKO. And yes, we can talk about it. I hate to keep comparing. If you look at it, during the Vince McMahon era, they were worth 7 figures because they probably were bringing in 7 figures because they were featured. They were they were part of everything. They were in those spaces all in your face. So, and that's not even about their in-ring talent. That's just about their character. We've seen a backseat be played to, you're not going to get a New Day segment because you're going to get a Slim Jim segment. You're not going to get a New Day segment because you're going to get Danhausen. You're not going to get a New Day segment because I got to have a longer entrance that's more entertaining. Those days are gone. And for them to move on, wrestling has now reverted back to the 40-year-old is now the new 20-year-old. Whereas though we saw a resurgence of the younger guys, but these 40-plus year olds that's been in the business for 20 years actually still have a lot to give. And I think there's still places for them because now it lends to these dream matches that we've been seeing. And who's the one person that gives us these dream matches that we're actually thankful for because there is competition. But I don't think that there's already a default of, they left WWE, let's go to AEW. Yeah. It's like, okay, what's next for them? And the thing is, I'm not surprised because there is no WWE lifers anymore. I really think R-Truth was the exception because they panicked. But look what happened.
First.
Are we better off re-signing R-Truth than we were when he was gone? Everybody made noise, but then it was like, okay, but really, what is he doing? A makeshift tag team. So with the New Day being gone, of course, it's a bad thing, but it's not our WWE anymore. It's TKO. We can't expect that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these cuts after SummerSlam too.
How about you, brother Hugh?
Well,
the New Day walking away from WWE instead of taking a pay cut.
Well, when I first saw that it had happened, I was like, hold up now. New Day? First thing you think of is these are two guys that's been there for what? Almost 20 plus years? Almost 20 years, right? Arguably the best tag team or one of the best tag teams ever to do it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm just like, that's crazy. First thing I thought about was TKO. Like, what are y'all doing? Then you hear the backstory about, they renegotiating this, that, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely TKO. But I'm happy that they stood up for themselves.
Yep.
And they knew their worth. They know their value to the company or just to wrestling in general. Why would I take a 50% pay cut when I'm already guaranteed that? If I sign on a dotted line, literally, you're guaranteed that. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up, but I get it from the business side of things. I hate to see him go. One of the major points that I think I was talking to you, brother Brandon. I'm not sure. Yeah, it might have been, but I said, look, they had arguably one of the best heel turns in the history of WWE, right?
And I said history, period. I said one of the best heel turns, period.
Creative failed them. So it doesn't surprise me that it happened because creative failed them 100%. And there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You know what I mean? You didn't give them time. You didn't give them feuds. They won the belts at Mania. Was it last year? Yeah, at 41. Last year. Yep. They won the tag titles. Last year, I thought they was about to do something. Right? No. Nothing came of it. They put Grayson Waller with him. Nothing against Grayson Waller, but what are we doing? Now we're just sitting in the back wearing all black all day, crying. You know what I'm saying? Like the creative was like creative really failed them, and I'm for them. I'm happy that they can move on and they have other opportunities elsewhere. That's the best thing about pro wrestling nowadays is that back in the day, it was WCW or WWE or the Indies.
And the Indies
right?
was
they were kind of slim
so much. Yeah, like you couldn't. It was there wasn't ways for talent to make money outside of having these contracts.
Right.
Versus now, it's like New Day could just do conventions and do interviews for like the next 2.5 years, probably make whatever they were making.
Absolutely,
on a WWE contract. Of course, they would have to hustle and move a little bit more than usual, maybe a match or two in between. But it's like people have been talking about there's already so many ways to make money on the independents now, especially when you're established brands and especially when you're WWE products. Everybody's going to want the shiny new toy.
So you're right.
You probably make the same amount of money. Yeah, probably. It's anytime somebody comes in, somebody's going out. So
right.
And who you blame?
Page.
Blames Page. And to your point, brother, there's a youth movement going on, right? And it's like
definitely.
We saw New Day and tag team wrestling. I don't know who I was talking to, probably somebody online. And tag team wrestling is, you can tell they're kind of going away from like traditional tag team wrestling because it's just this generation doesn't take to it as much as previous generations. It really has not been the same since the 70s and 80s, to be honest with you.
But have they really even given it a try? You see what I'm saying?
I don't think they want to. And I say that is because Eric Bischoff said even in WCW, like, why do you think WCW is not known for tag teams? Like, what's the one tag team we talk about in WCW? It's Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat. I was going to say that's the only tag. Well, the Steiner Brothers for like 3 seconds.
Oh, the Steiner Brothers, yeah.
I was going to say the American Males.
For 3.
Wow. And sometimes, depending on what week it is, the Road Warriors. But Eric Bischoff said you got to understand something. He said tag team wrestling doesn't benefit TV. He said because you got 2 superstars that you got to pay double, and you're probably not going to get back double. You're not going to get double what you invested. So if you invest in 1 star, you're thinking, hey, you're going to get a return on your investment. He said you got to invest in 2 guys, and you still might not get a return on your investment, especially if it's strictly based off a tag team. So you look at WWE now that puts together like, okay, we're going to put together makeshift tag teams because the focus isn't on necessarily tag teams. It's on the people that we're dealing with. Like, for instance, R-Truth. And once I saw R-Truth and Damian Priest become tag champions, I knew, like, okay.
Yeah.
They're trying to find a way to get these guys on TV, and now they have an excuse to do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have 5 different tag teams that's sitting around, and they look like 205 Live guys at this point. You just cut one. You know what I mean? I was like, I knew that I'm not surprised that Motor City Machine Guns got released because of Sorry Brother Guy. I was like, bro, because they weren't doing anything but tag team stuff. I'm like, that's not going to keep you here in this company, just doing tag team. That means you're there for when we need you, and we don't need you, we send you on your way. If you have no character, you have nothing that makes the fans laugh at you, go tick, or whatever the case may be, you're not going to last long. So when I saw
make them want to band you, that would make the fans want to come see you or buy your merchandise or something.
So it's like
there's nothing there.
I don't know what you're talking about. We raised our fists every time they came out.
Wow. It's not special anymore, right? Like, for instance, you didn't see a moonsault or a drop kick unless you saw the Rockers. You know what I mean? Like, you saw something because there was no cruiserweight division. So that was your chance to see these guys work a certain type of way. Man, everybody does that. You don't got to go anywhere to get those types of things. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, the Rockers were special. They were innovative, but they did a lot of high-flying stuff. It's probably nothing compared to today, but during that time period where it's like, okay, we're smaller guys, we're not as big as the other guys, but this is the place you can see guys flying and do tags. It wasn't no cruiserweight division. If you were a smaller guy, unless your name was Sean Waltman, 1, 2, 3 Kid, 6-Pac, X-Pac, whatever you want to flip it, you wasn't getting on TV until WCW came along, and they realized, oh, just put the luchas in a match together, let these smaller guys go at it. But just the concept of tag team wrestling, it's not like the only way it's working right now is with the women's division. Like, it's not. Think about tag team wrestling. It's just not. That's why the Good Brothers got released. As much as I hate them, like, because they, in their minds, you can tell we're like, listen, we're not really pushing tag teams for the sake of. We're pushing guys, and we'll use the titles to enhance our talent. But it's not because they're tags. As for instance, you got what's his name? You got Logan Paul, and you got Austin Theory or Austin Timberlake, as Brother Drew says. The point of putting the tag titles is them not for the sake of making them a great tag team. It's the point of, hey, we got to keep these guys relevant because of where they are.
Yeah.
So it's just, once I noticed that, I was like, I can see where this is probably going to go. But I was not expecting a New Day to.
Look, I knew things were going down. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You knew things was going down.
I was about to say I knew things were going downhill when they did my man Kofi the way they did him with Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
to be honest, I'm dead serious.
He wasn't even in the tag team at the point.
It don't matter. Like, why did he lose his championship that way? He never went back. Even in the mid card, like, you know what I'm saying?
He wasn't supposed to have it.
Because he wasn't supposed to have it.
He wasn't supposed to be his moment anyway.
But still, he made it his moment. He made it his moment, and it's still one of the greatest moments in WWE history right now.
That's what Vince wanted, though. But think about it. Remember, he books like a carniac. Let's just give people what they want in a moment, and we'll figure it out later. That's how he used to book. Like you said, we're going to book Kofi, right. And they're like, okay, listen, well, now we don't really have any plans for Kofi. He was never in the plan, but this is what the fans wanted. So we're going to give the fans what they want. And then it's like, all right, well.
I feel like they completely buried him, though. I still feel like they completely buried him after that.
Or I'll give you another example. Bobby Lashley in the Hurt Business.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt Business was never meant to get over. He said, no, we were just trying to get Bobby Lashley over.
New Day was never meant to be over.
I mean, it's just in that moment they weren't. You got to remember they had Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in that spot, but then once people responded to Kofi, Vince was like, "Oh, the fans seem to be going for this. The fans, let's just go with it." Now it's like you derail your plans for a moment, and you give them a quick run, like, "Okay, let's do this for these 4 weeks because by week 5 and 6 we got to go back to Brock because we got a real storyline in place." So it's like, that was always the catch-22 of the old way. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to deal with it one way or another. It's like, all right. And then, but like I said, Obafemi has written all the wrongs.
Right.
He has righted all the wrongs. But even recently, right? Kofi Woods got hurt. And then, Kofi was trying to see what's going on with Javon Evans. And I was like, okay. So we got the older guy trying to get to the young guy. And then it just like that, it just ended. I'm like, dude, well, you guys are messing up. But do we have a bigger problem with TKO? The way they conduct their business now versus because they say what people were saying is we're noticing something similar with UFC, where it's not the same UFC. It's a sustainable business. The fan base is there, but it's not the same fan base. It has evolved into what it is now. Some people who love it are going to stick around. But it's almost like everybody notices, like, hey, look, this is how we're going to start to conduct things from now on. Because in order for us to keep the business afloat, is even when we make a ton of money, we still cutting costs. That always aggressive attitude when it comes to, hey, how do we keep the business afloat? Even if we have a good quarter, we don't spend more money, we cut more money, and it's like that's corporate America. You know what I mean? You don't take into consideration characters or longevity. All these things, and don't get me wrong, this is not the first time I've heard anybody ask somebody to take, kind of a pay cut or restructure your contract. It kind of happened with R-Truth, like y'all said, his contract was up and they wanted to restructure it, and according to him, they couldn't reach a number, you know what I mean? But R-Truth was literally on TV every week, you know what I mean, doing something, and all of a sudden they decided they wanted to cut his pay. So it's just this. Do we have a TKO problem about how they conduct business?
I think so, and I wanted to pick on Hugh for what he said, but Creative failed him. I don't think Creative failed New Day. I just think it was no time for them. It's no time. Because if you look how Raw, SmackDown, and even the PLEs are structured, there's no time for a New Day match. There is no time for a tag team match. If you really think about it, would you rather have a segment with Becky Lynch just talking trash, or you gonna have to let the New Day wrestle? They're going more with the Becky Lynch talking trash. Are you gonna have a backstage segment, or you gonna have the New Day wrestle? Before Vince was shoehorn match on top of match, even to the point they made a joke was like, "This is like the 8th week straight we're fighting the Viking Raiders or something." They said, "Why do we keep fighting them?" Those days are gone. I don't think that there was time for the New Day, and also I think TKO might be saying, "You know what? this might be our lower point during this time. We just made $1 billion. How do we ensure that we're going to make another $1 billion? Cut some payroll and add that to the bottom line, because our next boom ain't going to be till SummerSlam. Because truthfully, the next few pay-per-views are B-level pay-per-views, and they're going overseas for the one after Backlash, right? Are they? Yeah. So how much you really think? How much you really think they're going to do in Florida? Truthfully, and now Roman not going to be available in June for whatever reason. You think their ticket sales not suffering? They probably said, let's make sure we have enough money to make that next quarter look good. Same from a business standpoint, it might be the way that they're going.
I can see that. I said,
don't be surprised after SummerSlam if you see something dip again. If you see more people get Thanos snapped, as I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, like I said, anytime you get new talent coming in or new people coming back, best believe somebody's on their way out the door. And like I said, there's a youth movement in the WWE, and except with the women is a little bit different. They're kind of like in their prime a little bit, because like the tag team division for the women is kind of fresh as it is. So it's like there's still stories to be told. There's still things you can do. There's still things you can add to it, and just the Triple H is always going to make sure that those who didn't get the proper run that they probably had if they left. Like, I didn't realize Paige was gone for 8 years. Like, good Lord, it's been that long. But you know what I mean? She should enjoy the benefits of where the women have come along, especially her being a tag team champion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like the tag team championship for the women, the Intercontinental Championship for the women. So many opportunities, man. And man, the New Day just kind of got lost in the sauce in a way. But I mean, you can plug and play them anywhere, and I'm glad that they're confident enough to say, "Hey, we don't have, we don't have to stay here. We're both established brands, and in this era of pro wrestling and the landscape, we can make money doing what we want to do." So that's that's the beauty of it.
Xavier, we want you to continue to play the games, though. That's what we want you to do.
Yeah, like you trying to
because there's money.
Like, dude, what you saying?
We need him for up, down, down. Without him, there is no up, down, down.
And guess what? With that way you won't be able to wrestle in AEW.
Bingo.
Also,
bingo.
You know what I'm saying? We'll
just
give you TNA.
TNA time. Yeah, go to TNA. It's fine.
Go to AEW.
Yeah. Hey, you can do GCW. Go to GCW. Go to GCW. You see, SOS is free from the use. If he bust out the Jamaican thing, I'm like, whoa, okay.
I'm worried about his name.
Right.
Like,
well, the saving grace. His real name is Kofi. His first name is Kofi, so he can use that. But already said Austin Creed. Yeah, his real name is Kofi. I forgot what his last name is, but already said Xavier. Thanks for letting me be Xavier Woods. You open the door. What do you say for Austin Creed or something?
Yeah, he's
pretty much
confident enough to walk away as Austin Creed. But those guys, it didn't matter what you call them. You know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So they'll be fine. As I'm gonna say right now, wherever they go, that's where I'm going to. So it doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
So if it's an indie show, if it's autograph signings, is it WrestleCon or whatever?
MCW,
you know they'll pay big money for New Day. So
right.
they're in for big paydays to do a lot less work for a lot more money. And they're like, oh, okay. And if WWE comes to the air of their ways, or they still have this massive popularity, they'll bring him back. They'll bring him back once they can justify the cost. We've seen this happen.
Put him in Hall of Fame.
I was about to say they're gonna bring him back for the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Yep.
That's it.
It'll be that. Them and the Hardys will be back for their Hall of Fame run.
So yeah.
I know you hate it here. I know you don't want your party there. I know. I said the Hardys though. I didn't say Jeff. Okay. I said Hardys.
So we have a pay-per-view, a PLE this weekend. We have Backlash. We have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. We have Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. I'm telling you, look at this youth movement. We got Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. It's a family affair. We have Io Sky versus Asuka. Might steal the show. They might only give them like 6 minutes, because if they give them 7, they're going to tear the house down.
Yeah,
and of course, this match. Yeah, just give them 30 minutes. Everybody go home. And of course, we have,
nobody's gonna want to follow them. They're gonna say, "Why would you do that?"
No, why would you put them in front of me?
Yeah, Danhausen them got to be second. Oscar them first. That's got to be the second match right here.
They might start the show. Danhausen and his mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. See, The Miz is I don't know if
It sound like that.
bro. When I saw Danhausen
Go ahead, let it out.
House, and I saw Danhausen riding off of his daughter's bike, I was like, what are we doing here?
Let it out, Rihanna. Go ahead. Put him on the big screen. Go ahead, Rihanna. Get on the main screen. Let it out. We got to go ahead because you got something to say about this.
I had no idea that Danhausen, it took people a week to figure Danhausen out. And he became the #1 t-shirt merch seller in all of pro wrestling.
He found $40,000 backstage. He said, I found $400. I said, they are loving this gimmick. They are really into Danhausen.
He was on ESPN First Take. He cursed Stephen A. Smith and disappeared. And I'm like,
I missed that.
And I'm gonna tell you the crazy part. I wouldn't expect him to wrestle as many matches as he's done.
Right.
Listen, I didn't think he was going to wrestle, and then he done wrestled on SmackDown twice now.
Bro, I'm like, oh, so he's wrestling too? Danhausen is ridiculous. I never thought this 60s like Batman, I don't know what you call that go-go era of like 60s London go-go era like vibes to like really be
Monsters
a thing.
theme. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yo, this is actually working for him. And even like his Backlash promos was just like this. The children are obsessed with Danhausen.
Oh, you saw it when it was the old one. He was like Backlash. He was like, here's Backlash. Backlash.
The Miz was on somebody's show, Livid. He's like, I am so pissed because my daughter likes Danhausen. He's like, no. He's like, he broke into our house and he stole your bike. She said, you'll buy me another one. And he's like, don't like. She's like, what are you saying? This is why you sympathize with Danhausen. She's like, he's funny, and I'm like, okay, but I'm almost scared to even ask about who his mystery partner is. But we'll get into that. Let's just start at the top.
I'm waiting for you to let it rip. I feel like you got more to say about that.
No, it's not a lot. I think it's absolutely. I knew Danhausen, same thing. Through the internet, I saw him everywhere. He was everywhere. He used to go to signings on purpose. He used to go to WWE signings in full gimmick. I used to see him with John Cena, and then I remember he was really hot on the indies, and I was like, I didn't understand him. I didn't get it. Like, not like I saw it and get it. I was like, yo, what's he doing? And I was like, oh, this dude is. And then before you know it, AEW signed him because he started picking up that much buzz. And now that he's in WWE, like, how do he keep taking these AEW acts and turning them into megastars? It's ridiculous. But
would you say AEW is a developmental for WWE at this point?
I mean, it's. I'm not saying it's looking that way, but it's looking that way. And
AEW's the retirement home for WWE superstars.
I mean, like WWE was. You want to get a second run? Go there. They're not developing any new stars. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of young talent in AEW. I mean, they are loaded with talent. But it's like you got to get past people cutting their feet there, and you know you're a competitor when you choose to stay. I'm leaving WWE to go to WCW. That was a thing back in the day, right? When Randy Orton goes, I'm leaving WWE because I want to go to AEW for greener pastures, or John Cena shows up. Then you like it brings it up to a certain level. The problem is a lot of people going to AEW to cut their teeth, and then once they get to a certain level, they're gone. So it's like you look at all it's too many to count at this point. But I love AEW. And like I said, if guys can get second runs, why not? Including the New Day or the New Way, whatever they would call themselves in AEW. The New Way?
That's crazy,
the next day, they're going to be called the next day.
That'd be awkward. The next day? Anyway. Backlash. Seth, once again, I mean, fellas, if you look at the cards, look at it. It's older guys working with the new studs. It's almost like, so you guys get mad at Triple H. And then when he listens, we got an attitude about it. Because it's like at one point we were fighting for guys like Rollins and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and those guys to get, some recognition, and Sami Zayn's and Kevin Owens. Now these guys are helping build the next generation. It's like, yo, how long have we been watching this stuff?
That's crazy, right? I thought about that the other day.
Like
Seth Rollins like a smooth, 50, was it 10, 15 now?
So it's looking like
15 years, right? 15 years.
And it's like, hey, we got him and Braun Breaker coming up. So I'm just like, man, this is about to be intense. But how we feeling about this match right here? Seth Rollins just getting back. So it's kind of Braun Breaker. This is the first time they're really going to get a chance to go toe to toe in the ring. How we feeling about? Are we looking forward to this match? Is this match going to steal the show? Can Seth Rollins keep up with this young dude? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude ran a 440 flat at WrestleMania and didn't get tired, and then did it again, and he wasn't even breathing hard. I said, that's dangerous to be that in shape and that vicious and that strong. And Seth Rollins, you look old now compared to this young dude, but can he hang with this dude? Are we about to see, kind of the changing of the guard, as you may say? Because Braun Breaker doesn't seem like he's messing around.
I'm not sure who's going to win, to be honest.
Me neither. I don't know what direction we're going to.
Because on one hand, you have Seth. He just won. No, he just lost, right? Yeah,
Kinda.
WrestleMania against Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a win to solidify this new character. And then Braun, he needs a win in general because he's the next thing coming up.
They got to build these new main event talent, like you said.
But the thing is, what we noticed before is Braun always takes that first loss, and it seems like he learns from, like I believe Brother Brandon says that he learns from his experiences and comes back and even stronger the next time and takes them out. So I don't know. I feel like Seth, storyline wise, Seth has to win it though.
Okay.
Because of the whole vision thing. He started it. Braun took him out. They turned on him. Now everybody's expecting him to be that hero and come back and take care of business.
True.
But on the other hand, like I said, Braun is Braun though. Like I don't know. That was up in the air for me.
Yeah. What about you, brother guy? How you feeling about this? Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker.
So I have too many questions about this match. Is Bronson Reed clear to come back yet, or is he still out?
Not sure.
Still out.
See, we don't know. They don't advertise the injuries anymore, and then even if they do, you don't know whether to believe it or not. But I got another question, and I'm surprised Realness didn't bring this up. Since now the New Day has gone, where's Grayson Waller? He did that squash match, right?
Yeah, man, he's back. He's back. He's doing what he's been doing. He's not with the New Day. Remember, when Woods got hurt. Yeah, he's back to wearing gear again. When Woods got hurt, it was him and Kofi kind of went their own separate ways after he was like, "Yo, can I handle this, please?" With the whole Javon Evans thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I'm just saying because if both of them need a win, but Seth can walk away with a loss and still be Seth freaking Rollins, right? We already know he's at that position. If Bronson leaves, what happens? I'm sorry, Braun Breaker loses, what becomes a Braun Breaker? You talked all this trash, you're talking all this, but then they already, he's got to make the step. He's got to win. I think he has to win, but he doesn't have to win clean because I feel like they have something else up their sleeve because the tag teams they're not on this card. They're going to help him win in some way, shape, or form. So he doesn't win clean, but I think the Street Profits will try to help and inadvertently cause him a match too. Because clearly,
I forgot about them.
Yeah, they intertwine in that because they need those tag belts. But I don't know. I think Braun has to win this, but not clean to show so that way Seth can keep fighting. Because when Seth is the face, his portion comes back from getting revenge. That's his character always. And I was just looking at the Kingslayer and the Beast Slayer. It was his revenge. He's always on top when it's finally his revenge. He doesn't have enough to get the revenge yet on Division because the story is just getting started. So,
and also everybody's hurt, so there's nobody to get revenge on.
Yeah, there's no point in rushing it either. So, and where the ISO speed? Like, does he come back? Like, we got to ask some celebrities. One of those celebrities on this. Never mind, Jelly Roll's going to be on this one. I just talked myself into it. Thanks. Good job.
No.
Yeah, that's all. No, not in this part. He going to be with, who.
No.
Yep. No. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Start that shit. I'm stuck. My bad.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I do. I absolutely do. I have a lot of beef with Jelly Roll, but we'll get to that when he comes. Yeah. Listen. Did So I'm gonna compare it to this. You know how at WrestleMania 40, all those sports guys was in that match with all those other people, and there was like 100 of them. They had that moment. Now go off, Jelly Roll. Why you gotta keep having these moments? Okay, we get it. You're a fan. You lost weight. You don't sell well. You don't do it. Like, how do you get taken out on the side of the ropes and all of a sudden magically you pop back up? Come on now, it's not believable. I can do without Jelly Roll. There's so many other celebrities
And
that
this
do better.
and this is what people are talking about too. You got people like Jelly Roll coming in, taking up time. You was talking about it. You just said it, Brandon.
See?
There's no time for him. There's no time for a New Day. There's no time for a Kyrie Sane that's doing those type of people. Because now you have these celebrities coming in.
That's the price.
You gotta make time for them.
Exactly.
Everything has a price. Man, the $1 Million Man told us a long time ago.
He told us
everybody has a price.
Dan was in the ring. Yep, he told us that.
You didn't have time for the tire. She got to keep going back other places. Look, she in NXT again for the 19th time. Come on now. She did a. She told what you call it, your girl that she's got to. What she said she got to get griddle. She's got soft. She told her she got soft. But
who's my girl? Callie.
Your real girl, Miss Parker. Okay. So the next match, right? Realness.
The
WWE.
I don't like her anymore ever since that Jay Uso stuff came out.
You're not the only one. A lot of people are against it. Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Right. They kind of got quiet on her. You notice that?
Yeah, they should have kept it to themselves. It's okay. But Trick Willie, your new United States champion, going toe to toe with Sami Zayn. Lil Yachty is once again officially Trick Williams' manager. Adds a different dynamic to him. Trick Williams still has a lot to work on when it comes to his in-ring work, right? Which is obvious. But I mean, there's nobody better for him to learn and dance with, especially at this point of his career, than with Sami Zayn. Does Sami Zayn have a chance of winning this United States Championship back, or is this are we you're not even giving it a chance? Are we seeing a Trick Williams era kind of take off at this point? Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's definitely Trick Williams. You don't put the belt on him at Mania to take it off of him. You know how big Trick Williams is right now? Pulse. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's one of the biggest new stars out there right now. No, you don't know.
I saw a parent put a baby and attach her blanket to her like I think it's her diaper or something or whatever it was. Yeah. And they put the music on and she was just strutting down the hallway. And it was like, this Trick Williams at WrestleMania, and she had this long blanket that just attached to her diaper. And I was like, well, look at the impact of Trick Williams.
I mean, we look at this, so we already know what it is. Sami Zayn is there to elevate him to where he needs to be.
Bingo.
To be honest.
Modern day
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is there to show he deserves a paycheck. He said, "Okay, I can do this. Still, I still need my paycheck."
My only beef with this is that I hate the build up to it. Why are we fighting over a cookie? It's goofy as hell.
Because like, I get it. Fun of him.
I get it, but I don't get it. Why are we doing all this extra? Why are we doing all this extra? Yes. Like, why are we having a funeral doing all this extra mess?
First off, I missed it. Where did this gingerbread come from? Where did it even come from?
Because just Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn is a ginger. He has red hair. So they called him a gingerbread man. And then the next day, the fans had gingerbread stuff in the audience, and they just ran with it. There was T-shirts. There was 4 segments. He was included in all the WrestleMania stuff, and he's still included now. It's like,
but what tripped me out is the boy Trick. My fault. The boy Trick Williams came running down when Sammy low blowed the gingerbread suit. Like, oh, that's my man. That's my man. He came running down like, oh, I gotta save him. Like,
and then he checked on it. It was on his. And then he checked on it. I said, oh. So
the man came in the ring and said, I was like, what? I mean, that's what we're gonna do?
Oh boy.
We're gonna throw an X for a C? Okay, all right. You're right.
See, that's that mess with people. We're gonna throw the X for the dang on suit. Now you mess with people. Like everybody knows what it means when you throw up an X.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Carmelo. This is how you introduce Carmelo back into the mix.
Absolutely.
Carmelo Hayes, he's already back in the mix.
I think coming back.
Yeah. I need him to go off what I really need this match to do is to introduce Carmelo Hayes and give us Carmelo, Trick, and Ilyanov all fighting over this title, because that's where the pure entertainment and wrestling can come from. That dynamic.
By dragging off.
You do. You stop it. But you need
that one.
You need. No, I'm not giving up, because I gave up and then look what happened. He popped back up. Remember, I gave up on him. Then he popped up. He was the United States champion.
That's nice, but then he lost, and where is he at?
Look what he lost to. But I think that Triple H is at the point after he got rid of. Stop it. After he got rid of Road Dogg. Listen. After he got rid of Road Dogg, I think he's realizing, hey, remember how we did it in NXT? There we go. And I think we're going to start seeing some of these matchups, because it's not. I think it's finally making sense why the NXT call-ups were the way they were, because of, like Realness would say, the dance partners are together now. And those three were really good dance partners, just like Ethan Page and Javon Evans are good dance partners on Raw. You know what I mean? Plus you got Ricky Saints on SmackDown too. They've got some good dance partners that can mix it up. I just don't do that with Ricky Saints. He got the crowd to pump his and beat their chest in 3 seconds.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I call it.
But stop it. So yeah, I'm of course Trick is winning this, because if Sammy wins this, it's going to be nuclear heat on him, because he made the comment, why is it that when I do it, it's a problem? I said, oh, here we go. He's teetering the line. Why he wins it. We don't want him a 6-time United States champion. Nobody cares.
It's okay.
Hey, you never know nowadays, though.
Yeah,
but I kind of think Trick has it, right? Yeah, right. But I think Trick has it booked. You know what I mean? Melo does get involved somehow, some way, though.
If he can figure it out, because I don't know, the level of entertainment has gone through the roof when it comes to, is when you're trying to create a character. The character is the emphasis, right? So sometimes the matches take the back seat, because it's like, look, we'll get good matches at any point in time, but right now we got to give people a reason to want to see the matches. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think some of the comments that people were making about, look, all your champions in their 40s, you don't have no young talent. They're like an overdrive. Like, let's do as much as possible to get these young people over, so that we can go back to having good matches, because the good matches to me don't hold you in today's professional wrestling world. That's not enough. Like, that's one of AEW's strong suits, but AEW doesn't survive as well in the entertainment space, is because their focus is on giving you 5-star matches, which is what wrestling fans want. But that's what you're catering to. You're catering to diehards, versus WWE's catering to as many new people as possible. We're entertainment, we're sports, we want to be mainstream. And like I said, that comes with a price. It's not about putting on, the top match so that everybody respect. Like, no, that's what AEW does. But the beauty is, that's why you have AEW, so you can, gravitate towards one product versus the other.
Because their entertainment side is bad. It's like, ooh.
It's like they have moments, but it's no follow-up to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, that's genius. And then it's like next week it's completely like, oh, we have 13 matches. And like, wait a minute, what happened to the funny segments you did last week? Like, one of the funny segments they used to do was when Adam Cole and freaking MJF were like, first they were enemies, then they became friends, and then they were like, that was hilarious. And then obviously Adam Cole got hurt, but it was like, yo, like, if y'all could just figure out a way to do this every week for everything that you're watching.
Well, like Christian, when you be talking about your father, it was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, it just stopped.
It's not sustainable. So it's like they give us moments, and then, or even early stuff, you know what I mean, with the Young Bucks and and the best friends and the dude's mom in the minivan. So they had these moments.
But in the orange juice. Yeah. Chris Jericho gets thrown in orange juice.
It just doesn't stick all the time. But it's okay. It's that's why we had different products. But like I said, part of the funniest thing is this: does anybody want to take a guess who Danhausen's partner could possibly be?
I told you, it's Jelly Roll. It's Jelly Roll. It's going to be Jelly Roll.
It's open.
It might be a possibility. Oh God, no.
I don't know.
Out of everybody.
I don't even think I really care.
Now, is Oba signed officially to Raw? Or is he still just a free agent?
Yeah, free agent.
He's supposed to be on Raw, but he does whatever he wants to do.
Okay, it's going to be Jelly Roll. I saw something online when they said it's going to be what's the Kip Williamson's tag part of the name?
No, there's no way he's coming back.
I said he was so injured. He was like bad off, wasn't he? Wasn't
He
like
just
his
got
neck or something
surgery,
else?
didn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
like a couple months ago.
It's gonna be y'all understand it's gonna be Jelly Roll. So he can fight Kip Wilson and the Miz again.
No, that's going to be either way. It's going to be super entertaining. It's going to be super funny.
Right. I was about to say it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Or it's gonna be our
As long
truth
as
with face
Danhausen
paint.
is there.
Our truth housing or something crazy.
Either way, somebody's last name is going to have housing attached to it. Now, this is the moneymaker right here. Io Sky versus Asuka. I think if they give them enough time, this might steal the show.
That's it right there. What you just said. Yep.
But on the reverse end, I'm scared they might not give them enough time because they're afraid they might steal the show.
Absolutely.
Sir, it's no doubt. You can't tell them to go out. First off, when you tell Asuka, go out there and just wrestle, she was like, oh, I can do this now. She cuts it on a whole nother level. And then you tell Io, go in there with somebody that you know. When you can tell, it's like we've been watching 3 different Oscars, if you think about it. Asuka tried to take women's head off in NXT. They watered it down a little bit, but we've been seeing these glimpses of I don't want to call it a killer Asuka, but you know what I mean? Like that, oh yeah, go ahead, do what you got to do. But the same thing can be said about Io. It's like you can tell when they tell her, no, go out there and do it. Then it's like sometimes like, wait a minute, why would you do that? Slow down. No, nobody wants to follow that. If they let them, I think 15 minutes for this match, they could tell a story that just like when they said the best wrestling match last year was the triple threat, Io, what you call it, Rhea and Bianca. No, that wasn't last year, the year before, right?
Mm-hmm.
What year was that? They were talking about that was one of the best matches, period, that year. They could have the match of the year if you give them the time. And you tell them, go do it. Imagine TJ, what you call it, producing this. I mean, not TJ, what's his name? Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, TJ Wilson. Yep.
Yeah, imagine him producing this, working with them. Oh, yeah. They're going to go crazy.
They probably wouldn't need him to produce. They're like, no, we got it. Don't worry about it. We got it.
We fought each other. We got this.
What?
We'll call it a ring.
This is one of the best builds I've seen, and I hope that they like let them go at it a little bit, or once again this continues because like I said, it's sad to see Kairi Sane not a part of it. I think she played a major role in this whole thing, but you know, Asuka kind of selling it now as if like, good, I got nobody hold me back. I got rid of her because I didn't want to end up in the same situation I ended up with you. Okay, good job, writing team. But
I had beef with the build up for a while because I was like,
really?
Okay.
It's definitely starting to stop. It's definitely starting to stop.
Yeah, for sure. And then I was just like, why not lean into the senpai, you know, their relationship a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But they did that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh, was it SmackDown? No, they did it on Raw. They they leaned into it a little bit more. Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. I'm cool with it now. Because I was just like, all right, everything is based around Kairi. Kairi's not even here anymore.
Right.
Like, okay, so what is she fighting for now?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, okay.
She was supposed to liberate Kairi Sane, like, listen, be free.
Absolutely.
Don't be like, you know, but it's okay because we got a lot of Japanese imports. You know, you seen Big Evil. He's got a name now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got a new name.
I don't know how to pronounce it yet, so I'm gonna wait till they pronounce it.
Right. I was about to say me neither.
But
yeah, okay. I was waiting for you to say it, but I need you to say it like you're New Japan announcer.
That's why I got it right. I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to say it because they didn't say it, but they just put it across the screen and he kind of tweeted out like, look, this is my new name. Get used to it. Bopty Bopty Boop, who also happens to be engaged to Kairi Sane. I mean to Io Sky. So look at that. Main event, fellas. We've talked about this for the last 2 weeks. It's Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Goodness gracious. Jacob Fatu has made his claim. We have watched it over the last 2 weeks. Is Roman biting off more than he can chew in this situation? How does Jacob Fatu walk away as World Heavyweight Champion? Is it possible? Because it's not looking like it's possible, but Jacob Fatu seems to be unhinged right now.
It's not happening.
So you're not even giving them a chance.
No, I mean, it's not happening.
Why not?
He's not able to carry that weight of being WHC right now.
I
was about to say WWE champion.
Cheese. You sound like Roman right now. I've never heard you make that argument, brother. You said he can't carry the weight. I said,
well, and also you gotta think. I said this before. They're also telling this story that Roman can't do it by himself. He has to knock down a list of good opponents by himself in order for us to really take him seriously again as you know what I'm saying, as the top guy. Because he did it before for 4 years. And we know what happened with the bloodline. Literally every match.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know? So now this is his redemption period. This is his time to come back and be like, look, I am that top guy. That's why I brought back the old music. That I am the top guy, and I do this by myself. We told this story for what, 2 years now?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave you time. I gave all of y'all time to rise to the top and take over. None of y'all did it. Now I'm back. You know, you took everything away from me. I'm back here now, and I'm gonna show you that I can handle myself, man. He's already feeding the family.
He is already feeding the family.
And he said that. He said, "Look, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Jacob. You want to feed your family. You want that extra responsibility, this, that, whatever. But think about it. I'm feeding all the mouths. I'm not just feeding your 7 kids. I'm feeding I don't know the number. All 10,000 of them other Samoans. You know what I'm saying?
None of us know the number.
Right.
None of us know the number.
But that's some real stuff. But I love what they're doing as far as the storytelling with the Tongan Death Grip.
They're selling it, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think there's a twist to this. I could be wrong. Like I want to say, hey, this is a one-off. Jacob learns. He gets you're in the main event, so people look at you like you're main eventer. Mm-hmm. But I think there might be some type of exchange of loyalty because it's like, all right, you lost. Now, you know, hey, fall in line. That's what I'm most nervous of.
But I mean, Jacob already acknowledged him. Well, not on WWE TV, but
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Now I'm suspicious because Roman said, what's going to be worse for you? You not being able to carry the weight of this title, or you not being able to carry the weight of actually acknowledging me? Like
he did say
it's cold. It's like cold. Like, hey, I know you don't want to get in line, but when I beat you, you know you're going to have to. Like, what's going to be the heavier weight for you? And I'm like, oh Lord. It's kind of happened with Jay.
And
Jay into submission. Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't think you put the belt on Roman at WrestleMania to take it off of him this fast.
You don't think it might be a twist?
No disrespect to Jacob, no. But
it's the part-time man?
Nah. This is the OTC, bro. This is overtime chief, man. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
All right.
He said it. He said I'm full time. And then
he not full time for them dates in June.
The TKO hit. Now his buddy ain't coming to Baltimore.
Yeah, they said, nah, they said we wrongly advertised him for all these dates. This is never correct.
Right.
Roman probably looked at it and said, hey man, what's this? He probably said, oh shoot, my bad. We ain't meant to be advertising. Like, yeah, I didn't mind you. I know people, a lot of people already bought tickets. They're not going to turn them back, but it's like,
I
didn't agree
now
with
we
this.
stuck with like CM Punk or something.
Yeah, somebody's got to come out.
I know Brandon be happy, but
yeah, he'll be happy to see CM Punk. How you feel about this, brother guy? Does Jacob have a chance against Roman Reigns?
So I'm gonna sound like it's going to take a while for me to get to the point. So my biggest problem is that we have Gala and Akuma holding the titles right now, and I can't shake the fact that they are promoting every time there's a major event. Street Fighter is attached to WWE. We saw it at WrestleMania. I can't shake the fact that I thought that CM Punk and Roman Reigns was going to shake the foundation to a point that we'd be like, holy, what's next for, both of these superstars? But they followed it up with who else on Raw or SmackDown would be a viable opponent for Roman to prove either one, that he's dominant, or build him back up. Because if he loses, he's got to build himself back up, and he's going to go. Because remember when the lead up to CM Punk, who was the one in his ear telling him, go get him, Moose, go get him? The person who beat him to getting that title that he didn't want. So if he loses, he's got to build himself back up again. Be like, nah, that was a moment of lapse. I am better than this, right? But when he wins, he keeps it because you got to have Gala and Akuma with these titles on the press tour for Street Fighter, right? But I just something don't feel right because I'm letting all the stuff get in my head. They talking about every year Backlash has been a different debut. They talking about Zillify 2 has been real quiet. Jacob's on his own. He's not rocking with nobody. His former tag partner. I'm like, I don't know. I think that Jacob can stand on his own because it's a reason that they put him right there. The people are behind him, but are they behind him enough for the upset to be like? And the reason I'm saying this, when Drew beat Cody, we were all relieved, right? We were like, oh, thank. But then when Cody won, we was like, why again? We were okay with Drew. You know what I mean?
Doing?
Like we were okay with Drew and Randy. That's what we wanted. But we wind up getting something else. So think about this scenario. The Usos want to come help, and Roman say, no, I got it. And that's what cost him the title. Him trying to get them to the back saying, I told you I got this. I don't need y'all. And that's where Jacob see his moment of weakness.
And Roman realized. And
I'm about to say
he didn't want to see him till Christmas.
Exactly.
I love y'all. Yeah. I don't want to see y'all till Christmas. Though.
Christmas. Right, because they caused them the match. So they're going to come try to help because they know Jacob is a wild person, right?
If you look at it, but if you look at the way the story is going right now, the Usos been playing their position.
But they were all sitting at the table together on the same side, right? Mm-hmm. So they recognize they all equal, right? Mm-hmm. Really, let's think about it. The match is happening. Solo and the tall guy come out there. Mm-hmm. Who you think gonna come help? The Usos, right? The Usos might Jay doing the same thing he doing, saying, "Come on, Roman, go get him, Usos, get him. This your moment." He's like, "I got this. I don't need y'all." Boom, tongue and death grip. Roman taps out, and they're looking like, "Oh no, we caused them the belt." Roman snaps. That's how he builds back up to get it back at SummerSlam.
I don't see that happening though, because why would he say that? Because it already happened to an extent, kind of. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Usos came out to help us. It's that whatever. He wants them by his side as of right now. That's the story that they're telling. You see what I'm saying? They're not. It's not like he's coming. They're coming out to. They're coming out to save him, to help him out in that regard. Not let me come in. You see what I'm saying? I'm not coming in to help you out and take your opponent out. I'm taking out the outsiders.
Right, and Roman doesn't need help. That's what I'm saying. Roman don't need help. He could take out a Solo. He could take out which one is he? Tonga. I don't think that's the story they're telling. Tonga, because. What's his name? Tala, right?
I don't think that's the story they're telling though. Tala, yeah.
Yeah, Tala, the tall one. But I just it's something about this match that they're pushing it right now. It's a reason that they're pushing it right now because, truth be told, like even what Hugh said, but who else is left? Truthfully, who's a fresh opponent that Roman can show his dominance in a way to say he's back? But then, to your point, what happens next for Roman? I know we always think about what's next. Seth Rollins told him basically get out his way so he can go out. We know they're gonna start brewing that in the background again because they're on the same show. This is the first time they've been on the same show in a long time because Seth had to go to him for that Universal title. Remember when he was on SmackDown?
You could throw some gump in there like LA Knight.
No. Who's next? Who else? Cody.
Like your filler guys. That's what guys like LA. No disrespect to him, but that's what guys like LA Knight are for right now. He'll get his time. He would definitely get his time, but he's one of those guys he's a filler guy. Filler guy. You see what I'm saying?
But that's a foregone conclusion. We don't know what this conclusion would be. That's why I said, who better than Jacob to power right out of the gate when Roman is the champion? Who's a credible threat to him? Like credibility that he hasn't faced before. That you're like, oh, we want to see this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It was supposed to be Gunther, but this is my fault. Also, you see how the Usos are hanging around Jacob a lot too, right? They're playing this role as if like they're the guardian angels for Jacob. And correct me if I'm wrong. They're taking orders from well, not taking orders, but they're looking out for Roman, and they're basically getting in his head like, look, we know what you want. We respect that. But at the same token, you got to understand how the family runs. You see what I'm saying? So they putting them on game, but at the same time, they're looking out for them. What if somehow, some way we get some type of turn? I'm not saying it's going to be a heel turn, but what if the Usos are really rocking with Jacob?
That'd be rough. That means it's
something different.
It's
I don't know. It's so many different avenues.
That's one thing Roman said. He said we've got stories to tell for the next 4 or 5 years, and I think that's the beauty of watching everybody grow and evolve. Watching Jay become main event Jey Uso, but then, like I said, now you can plug and play and right back into this conversation, right? And everybody's a much bigger star than they were when they first came into this. That's the beauty of it all, man. But I think the fact that we can't even come to a resolve about what direction they're going in is a positive thing. It shows us that one, the stuff is not so predictable. You know what I mean? It's not so predictable. And as wrestling fans, like I said, we get to kind of sit back and kind of watch it unfold, and we get to enjoy some good storytelling, some good wrestling, some good old fashioned WWE Backlash. So, it's going to be Mother's Day weekend. It's going to be fun. That Saturday is going to it's going to shape probably what happens next. It's going to change a lot of things, in my opinion. But we will surely get there. And when the time is right, we'll come back again and have another conversation to see, hey, where were we in terms of the direction that they're going in as a whole? TKO's, kind of rubbing some people the wrong way, but maybe they can redeem themselves, which they probably can't or won't. But hopefully we can just stay distracted long enough to see what happens at Backlash, get some of these fun matchups and see how far it goes. But man, that was it's quite a bit, man. We got through it. I think we had pretty decent conversation about the matchups, where things are headed, what it could possibly mean, so on and so forth. Now, only thing that's left for us to do is sit back and watch it. But until then, I want you all to do a favor and follow us on all of our social media platforms at Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at The Wrestling Realm. Follow Championship Culture on Instagram at championshipculture_. Don't forget to watch all 4 seasons of Championship Culture on youtube.com/The Wrestling Realm. And I guess we'll be back next week. But until that point.
Did you get stuck? He was like, did I forget everything?
I was about to say something. I was like, no, I think that's everything. But like I said, until then, wrestling fans, as I say all the time on the show, stay wrestling fans. We'll be out. It's time for us to get out of here, man. We will see you next week. Hopefully, maybe we see new champions, maybe we don't. But until then, let's just sit back and enjoy it. But we gotta go. We out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. You can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/thewrestling realm.